Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to port forward your router for any application or game. Alright, the first thing you want to do actually is find out your local IP, and you do that by going down to start, and you can either right click here, go to command prompt and run it as administrator, or you can type cmd like I just did and you can run it as administrator, or you can just press Windows key plus R if you're on an older Windows. Then you just type CMD and press enter. Alright, then from here what you do is type ipconfig. Now you'll get a list of IP addresses. This is the one you'll be needing later on, but for now we will need this default gateway IP address. So what you do is you hold Control and C. You just mark it by holding and dragging your mouse like this. Okay, go to your browser and type that IP in the search bar. Then this should pop up, and what you're gonna do here is type the default password and username for your router. Now for me it's admin and password, but if you do not know what your password and username is, then hold on, it's kind of buggy. There we go. Then you should go to this website called port forwarding and go to list of all routers, find your router. Mine is a Netgear, so here, and then you just click any of these because they should have similar similar passwords, and from here on they'll just help you, and you can get your password from there. Alright, once you get to this screen, you also want to use, actually this website is very useful. This is what got me into port forwarding in the first place. So you want to follow how you get to the port forwarding tab from this website, and I know this because I've studied it a little bit. But for me it's under advanced settings and under advanced setup. Just try to find something called port forwarding or port triggering or anything along those lines. Alright, so let me delete this for the purpose of this video. Alright, so now you go to this kind of page. Maybe it doesn't look exactly like this, but it should say something like this along those lines, like add custom service or add port forward or something like that. Alright, make sure if you are on a Netgear like me, it usually on never. You should always change it to always, and you should change this to port forwarding, not port triggering. Alright, all good. Now you should go to this add custom service. Now what you do is you type the name. It doesn't need to be something specific, it's just something so you know what kind of application this is. So in my case I'm going to be playing Cube World, and I'm going to make a server of Cube World, so I'm just typing Cube World so I can memorize what kind of server it is. Alright, for the port, now this can be anything, but if you, let's say, type like 1 2 3 4 5 like that, then if the game doesn't have this port integrated, then your IP is going to look something like that. It's going to have this semicolon and this at the end of it. Whereas if your IP has it built in, like the port in the application, then it's just going to look like this. And by the way, this is just my DNS server. DNS name, Okay, so what you're gonna do is go to Google and type in your game and just type port after it, and when you hit enter you should find this wiki link, and then you just click on it, and what you do here is you just hit Control and F, and then you type port and you look for the address. Now for me it's just up here, and you can see that it is TCP and UDP. Now what you want to do then is make sure that this is on TCP/UDP or both or something along those lines. Now this is different for other applications, like if you have a let's say a website, you can just use TCP, and if you have like another game that is a multiplayer game, you can use just UDP. But it needs to be supported from the wiki page, so you know that your server is 100% reachable. So what I'm gonna do here is just paste the the default port for the game. So we go here, just paste it. Now you wanna use the address as said. You need to memorize the IPv4 address. You just, for me, I can just see here it's 192.168.0.10, so I'm just gonna type 10 here. But if you have to type the whole address in, you can just copy this and paste it in. Alright, so what you do now is press apply, and you should get to this screen. Now it is enabled. If it isn't, just check like this and press apply. For me, it's already enabled. And what you want to do now is actually launch the application, the server or whatever you have, because your computer needs to listen to that port for any incoming IP addresses. So what we do now is we go to port checker, and then you just select any of these links. It doesn't matter. For me, I just chose the first one. Now what you do here is you type the port 12345, and this is my IP address. So if you didn't know your IP address, you can find it here, or just go to whatsmyip.org, I think. Okay, now we press check, and you can see the port 12345 is open. Now if I close this application, you'll see it won't say that it's open, and that's because the computer isn't listening. And this was a very annoying issue I had. So yeah, now you know what not to do when you port forward and having problems. Alright, that's basically it actually. Now you're actually done. Now you can play with your friends, give them the IP. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer any questions. Thank you guys. Bye bye.